Wait, boy, that hat is tight though, fool. Why you wear
Yeah.
that hat?
For mine,
Who you?
me,
Yeah, you.
my hat tight.
Hell yeah, your hat tight. Your head
Man,
tight like Nudie shirt was last week.
bro.
uh, anyway, we are live. Welcome to Therapy for My Soul. As always, I'm Lamonte Williams,
I'm Quincy Williams.
and thank you for joining us. Look, we got a new setup. Y'all know we've been trying to tell people we coming. I promised y'all that we was gonna come with a better studio. We was gonna come with a better everything, right?
Yep.
So, we are in the lab now. We'll give y'all a view. Figure days. I got on TikTok, bro.
You did?
I got a TikTok.
Lord have mercy.
So
I'm gonna have to teach you
yeah,
a lot of stuff about the TikTok.
TikTok, boy. If you ain't follow my page, you go find me on TikTok, Lamonte Williams. I ain't posting them the single pictures. I can't do no videos, but you know,
Yeah.
I'm 40. It is what it is.
Yeah. You ain't lying at this point.
Shut up, fool. Your hairline 40.
I'm finna- Hey, it's getting there though while you playing.
Man, look, I talked to your daddy earlier. That's where it came from. But anyway, like we say, welcome to Therapy for My Soul, episode season 2, episode number 2. Me and my nephew, Way, I was just talking, keeping the vibe going, just making sure that we are, that we stay here for y'all. So today, we always like to start off with what's going on. So at this point, we got our lovely screen behind us. As I always say, what's going on in the world? Quincy, what's going on with you, brother? What's new?
Not a lot. I mean, just trying to balance life, to be
I
honest
know
with
you got this promotion. Well, I wouldn't even necessarily call it a promotion, but I know you got that raise at work and it put a lot more responsibility on you, though. Tell me how you feeling when it comes to that.
you. Well, it sounds good to be a supervisor over the industry that I'm in, but it really is a lot harder than I expected it to be. It's hard. They continue to use me and don't care about my well-being. You can tell they don't care because man, it'd be 6 in the morning. I get off at 4 in the morning, so
Oh,
that's the time I sleep. They don't care,
I
but
mean,
it is what
that is the life of being a supervisor. You got supervisors, you got supervisors. Which one is you?
it is.
Oh, hey, we
Going
always
on with you though?
this work schedule killing me.
Yeah.
It's depressing, but I mean, like I always told you, I'm in the industry where it's that you're gonna get these long hours. You know that you're gonna be stuck at this desk for this long, so forth and so on. So, um, I just want to continue to be able to grow in this industry and learn some. Like I told everybody before, this industry I'm in, a lot of black people not in it. So if you can go ahead and learn how to become
Yeah.
a an adjuster, I would definitely recommend it. Like I told y'all, coming into the gate, I made my first offer was 36.45 an hour. So that's definitely something that
Hey.
somebody need to look
Oh
into.
yeah.
Um, but that is it. Um, knew he said. Knew he said. So as we do know, every month we always like to try to tell y'all what's going on, what this month is about. So and we just want to know. Hey, there go the slacker.
Where?
he come he come all shaking his head.
Man,
Hey, you already go back. You already missed what's going on. So what's going on with you, brother?
man, I had my interview with Young Life the other day, man, and it went great. I'm looking to go back to school soon, man. It's a lot of things are looking to turn around in my favor this
Oh,
month.
I can't wait to fire you. Yes, sir.
Kept them back there. Told you if
He-
I get fired, everybody getting fired.
Everybody get fired, fool?
Everybody.
Man, you so disrespectful.
But yeah, man, it's been great, man. Adjusting to a lot of new things. Finna start working on our house. So it's a lot of
Ooh.
things on the line.
How you feel being that young homeowner though? Like, what is that like that responsibility that it put on you? Yeah, I do stay in a house, but I still lease my house, and a lot of responsibilities are on me, but they're not on me as the same that you have. You got property taxes and all that.
Yeah, man. this was actually our this would be our second year having to pay the property tax. It's stressful.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just to be unexpected for it because nobody ever really taught us about that. But at the same time, it's a blessing to not have to pay, you know, what people are paying for rent. Like, because what we've had property tax is people are here paying that for rent every month, and that's just
Right.
a once a year thing for us.
Right.
But it's a lot that comes with owning the house, especially the maintenance. All of that. That's on you. It's on whoever owns that house. It's on them. So
Man, I at first when we first now we got the studio. Of course, we moved, and over time, like at first, I was like, man, I'm gonna go cut my own grass. I'm gonna do this. Boy, I ain't doing none of that shit.
nope.
Look, I hired Alfredo. He put a card on my door. I hired Alfredo, and we've been the best of friends since we moved.
I ain't cutting no grass. I got somebody. I got a little hood dude. Come cut the grass real quick.
Right.
Oh,
But
grass.
yeah, I ain't cutting no grass no more, bro. But anyway, so like we was getting into, June is PTSD Awareness Month. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, a lot of people, there's many forms of PTSD when it comes to it. A lot of people play with it when it comes to that. But we have saw people, and we do actually have family members that do suffer from PTSD. No matter what the trauma was that got them to that point, it's something that they're dealing with. Do y'all, can y'all give a form of PTSD or something like that, or something to help somebody cope? I guess we will say cope from last week with PTSD.
I know that like you can get PTSD from being in the army for sure. That's one of the most ones that I'm familiar with. And I know that like not many things you can do to help that. You can
Hey, not here. You echoing the night, fool.
for real.
Hell yeah, you echoing the night.
Hold on, sir.
Dang it. See? Hey, Nutty, look, he was on your case last week. Now we need to be on his case. Damn slacker.
Can you still hear the echoing?
Yeah.
Oh, all right, give me a sec, yeah. Y'all go around me.
Go with it.
I would honestly have to say a lot of people, like he said, deal with PTSD coming from the military, but a lot of people forget that, even growing up in the areas that we grew up in, it's a lot of people dealing with PTSD because, we're so basically used to the environments that we grew up in that it don't bother us anymore. When it does bother us, it can make us react in certain ways.
Yes.
Like growing up hearing gunshots. To your normal average black person, that might not be anything, but it can, affect you in multiple ways.
So do you think that us growing up in an area that we grew up in, we can also relate that to also the military? So looking at it from the standpoint of it being the street wars versus the actual war, is it the same thing?
In a way, yes.
Okay.
Um, we might not be fighting for something like rightfully,
Uh-huh.
but in a way, it's a life or death situation all the way around. No matter how you flip it, turn it, it's still a life or death situation. It shouldn't have to be, but it is. It's just
Right.
the of it.
Man, like I took Cam as the producer and she's also the co-founder. And like, I actually took her when we was there for the for the meeting. I took her to Oak Cliff and I took her around Conway and everything like that just to see, so she can see where I was actually from and where the pain and the trauma came from. And she actually understood and why we became development leaders within Foundation. So I definitely can say that, a lot of the times PTSD is untreated when it comes to like people in the hood because shit, people in the hood ain't trying to go to no therapy.
Nope.
Right. Am I still echoing? I'm good. I'm good.
You just a slacker. It is what it is. We'll deal with it later.
Well, I was hearing y'all talk, and I definitely think that being in the hood is almost the same as being in the army in a way. I mean, we go through a lot of the same things. We got to deal with a lot of the same kind of people. You know, we deal with gun violence. We deal with police officers who may be using their job to be racial, or whatever they do to do that. So I
Gotcha.
definitely
And you know
think
what? Do y'all actually see my shirt tonight? Can y'all see what this say? Let me get a little bit closer. There you go.
don't let your president get your ass whooped. Okay.
We're not our ancestors. So
But
if you do want that shirt, hit us on the website, thedlwfoundation.org. Order it. Hey, we got them all for you.
Yes, sir.
But anyway, so now, like we always try to extend our arms open. When we started the foundation, we told y'all that we was raised by the village and we are for the people. All right. So no matter if you in Houston, you in Conroe, you in Dallas, if you are looking for a purpose that is bigger than you, get to us on the website. All right. Are you making a look to make a difference in your community? Every founder, every member always asks, how can we help? Okay. So you're looking for that purpose, thedlwfoundation.org. Hit the contact us button, and then we'll go from there. Last week we did talk about Uvalde a little bit. We touched on that this week. We had a few more funerals that went on and everything like that. But it leads us into, first off, our topic for today. But not only our topic, it leads us into what's going on. So always, praying for Uvalde. Now, next. Damn Timmy. Quincy. Politics, okay? Timmy in his wheelchair.
Timmy in his wheelchair.
Timmy in his wheelchair. Your governor.
Oh man, I do not like that man.
I don't like that man either. Jonathan trying to hold it in.
Talking about Timmy in his wheelchair.
Timmy in his wheelchair, brother.
Yeah.
So if y'all know that there was a special committee meeting that went on with the state of Texas. Okay.
Yeah.
He chose to leave gun violence off of the off of the agenda.
Hmm.
We talked about gun control, we talked about gun safety and all that last week, but how do you feel about your governor not doing anything about it? And I say your governor because that ain't my governor.
It shows that he definitely is not the right person for the job, but he also do not care about how bad gun violence is getting.
Okay. I would definitely say that, and that's why I just changed the slide, because I have absolutely nothing positive to say about him, and we know we don't need nobody knocking on my door. Mm-hmm. So listen, if you have not saw yet, we have partnered with Rock the Vote. Okay, Rock the Vote has provided us the equipment, the pamphlets and everything else like that. If you're not registered to vote, okay, I need you to go to rockthevote.com, or we'll go ahead and give out the text now, and we'll give out the website for you to register to vote. Or if you see any member of Developing Leaders Within Foundation, ask them, how can you register to vote? Okay. We got to get him out of office. Obviously, he's not the man for us no more. He never was that good example that we really needed. It just sounded good to us. Okay. So Rock the Vote, scan the QR code. Y'all always scanning it for everything else. If this was some damn Victoria's Secret, y'all be scanning it. So we're gonna need y'all to get out there and vote. You dudes, if this was that Bud Light in that 211, y'all be on it. So I need you to get on there. I need you to vote. All right. There's another election. There's a local election coming up in November. Register to vote. You do not just vote for the president. Jonathan, do you vote? Nah. Do you just vote for every 4 years, or you vote for your local?
I vote, bastard. I gotta vote.
Quincy, do you vote?
I'm in the neighborhood where it ain't just blacks no more, so I ain't got no choice but to vote.
No, I definitely vote. I definitely believe, even if it doesn't change anything, I definitely believe that I'm gonna put in my 2 cents regardless.
Gotcha. Okay. That's that part. Like I say, ask somebody local how to vote. Church announcements. We always put that one finger up for our church announcements. All right. I saw your church announcement finger go up earlier. Y'all got any announcements or anything like that? What y'all got? I know I always go first, but what y'all got working on?
we are working on partnering with a church, but we'll keep that for later. And as we get down that road,
Okay. I mean, we know we got a celebration coming up. I did send out that invitation to them select few today, so definitely a celebration coming up really, really, really soon. Um,
I don't like him like that.
you don't like who like that?
That person.
You better, man, you better quit acting like that with that food. But definitely that celebration is coming up. It looked like we got a comment tonight. The thing is that people are blind because of the lack of knowledge of who they are. For we are guiding in goddessness, for we suffer for a lack of knowledge, and with the governor here is protecting our constitution of gun violence. It is not the problem; it's the people with the guns because of situations they have faced in the past or situations. The whole game was this to stop people from arming themselves for martial law. From mortal law, I'm sorry. We need guns to protect our households as blacks. Do you know the history of America and blacks? I definitely do know that history, but that'll be something for a later topic, okay?
Constitution is not written for black people.
And I mean, I would definitely say that the Constitution is not written for us. That's why you see my shirt tonight. But that definitely can be a later episode. And if you definitely would like to join in on that episode for that brief time, reach out to us and we'll let you in on that. But as far as church announcements, like I said, we do have that one event coming up. And then that's it on my part. All right, so next, we always talk about the sports and stuff that we have. The next thing up is the Ravens football team. I know tomorrow they'll be out there. The boys will be out there from 10 to 12. They'll be out there passing out equipment. It is at least a $75 deposit for you if you are going to pick up equipment tomorrow. Cheerleaders will be out there passing out uniforms, the practice uniforms and stuff like that. So if you are looking to be a Raven, go ahead, text Coach Jay, text Coach Seneca, or even look on the website, all right? Wolverines basketball will be back. We will be, Coach Tate and Coach and myself, Coach Williams, we will be heading the program this year. What we're actually going to do is we'll start Conroe and we'll start the city of Houston also, and we'll be able to provide the sports in both areas, all right? So, Wolverines basketball. That do lead us into the topic, all right? The topic for today is secondhand trauma. As we think that we know what secondhand trauma is, but I'll give y'all the definition of what secondhand trauma is. And this is based off of a source. This ain't got nothing to do with me, okay? What is secondhand trauma? A form of trauma that a person experiences not due to something that has happened to them directly, but rather due to some indirect connection, secondhand, to a traumatic experience. So, Quincy, what does secondhand trauma mean to you?
it means that I'm struggling with something because somebody else either went through something and it's affected me, or or I'm feeling the same thing that somebody else is feeling due to a trauma that they've had.
Okay. And then I mean, what about you? Man, bro, like I always want to call you Nudie because, like, bro, like you my little cousin. You always call me Nudie.
Man, I think I honestly feel like for me, it's hard to kind of describe or even talk about trauma. Because trauma comes in a lot of different ways, forms. Most of the time, for me, it was something that was just passed down. Like it's not a trauma, but it's not necessarily traumatizing. But having to kind of step up and help my mom, with my grandma, and I feel like it's not necessarily a bad thing, but at the same time, it's like she has other kids who could help my mom at the same time and help take care of her. And I just took it as, they always push it off onto my mom, which led up to my mama going through, what she went through, having a heart attack and all that, being stressed all the time. and that affected me in so many ways. And I never really talk about it. It caused me to quit football. I tried to hide it for a certain amount of time, but at some point in time, I had to address it. And there's been a few times to where I've expressed the way I felt about it, but I haven't talked to my parents about it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it is what it is.
So I gave y'all. I'll let y'all make that. But y'all, I'm about to piss some people off tonight. Okay, and I just hope that my mama not watching tonight, and it is what it is. Hey, y'all ready? Y'all sure y'all ready?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I said, "Oh Lord," just so you know, I'm a
So, y'all know I got 4 kids. I got 2 boys, 2 girls. I refuse to let my kids spend the night at some of my family members' houses. Nothing directly happened to me, but listening to my sisters and listening to my aunts and stuff like that, like, I'm sorry, but I'm not letting my kids spend the night at some of y'all house. Some of y'all are pedophiles, and it's been something that's been passed down from generation to generation. And like I said, it didn't happen to me directly because Keisha was the same way. Keisha didn't let me just spend the night at anybody's house. Cedric didn't let me just spend the night at anybody's house. But because I know what affected my sisters, I know what affected some of my aunties, I know what affected some of my cousins, I'm staying the hell away from y'all. It's a family member that actually has passed away at this point, and some of the things that you found out about that family member after they passed away is like, how can you effectively teach your kids to watch out for that? Like I say, I made it through without it happening to me, but I don't want that to happen to my kids, so I don't allow my kids around, like I say, certain family members because of the things that they have done. So, Jay, bro, like these be family that be coming in, and I be want to call y'all nicknames and stuff, but yeah, that is the type of trauma and that silenced a generation. But like I told y'all before, I'm that revolutionary, and I'm about to change that. We're not sweeping this shit up under the rug no more. So secondhand trauma is me not allowing my kids to know some of them because of the things that they have done in the past to other family members. They have it's uncles, it's cousins, it's even aunts, it's female cousins, and they are still pedophiles, and you call them out for what they are. We're not going to name names, but at the end of the day, like, we're not allowing that.
Yeah.
So I mean, how do that make y'all feel? Like, I know that a lot of the times growing up, like, you was in a shell. Like, you was your mama baby. You had on your helmet. You just, I mean, what's your thoughts on that? Like, when it comes to that type of trauma, like, I know that you don't have kids yet, but bro, like, what you gonna do when you get to the point to have kids and you got those family members that think that it's okay and it's just a generational cycle?
You know what? I literally have this conversation with Jesse every day, and recently we had a conversation similar to it with my mom. But with that, being said, it's something with our family, and I'm pretty sure there's other black families in the world dealing with the same thing, but they feel like it's okay to just continue doing whatever they did in the past because they got away with it.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason back in the day, they had it really bad, not believing what was being said to them from a kid because that person was a kid, but in reality it was truly happening.
Right.
Which is what caused a lot of freaking trauma. It messed up a lot of stuff. And in our family, per se, I really hope for the best that all of us, like everybody from where we are and younger, from where your age is to younger, can actually change that. Um, because it's gonna, if not, it's gonna continue to affect a lot of people in our family, and we can't allow that to happen.
Okay. I definitely do feel like, um, Quincy, who on your page? Who the hell? That's Kayla, ain't it? Boy, that gotta be Kayla.
It is.
She a stalker.
I'm about to say, I thought you wanted me to speak. I said, man, let me speak.
Man,
No,
that ain't no boy. Look, I saw those comments. I thought that you was coming because you was on mute, but it's infant.
no, yeah, it's definitely her. I can't even see comments. So
Oh, look, that's hey, they on my page tonight. Oh, she already said it was her. I guess I missed that part. I'm sorry, my bad. Hi, infant. Good evening.
yeah, I definitely think a lot of and first off, like a lot of our trauma starts way back. I was talking to a Caucasian person about this, but like we've spoken about race, we've spoken about what was done to our ancestors, we've spoken about what was done to us in this country, and so our trauma extend for a long time, and it's not like there are certain people who tries to break this trend, to tries to break this curse that our culture has continued going through and doing. It's a real thing, and that part that you just mentioned about like sexual stuff in the family and that trauma that you get from one person that continues going. Like I have an experience with a person, not in our family. Let me clear that up. But I have an experience with a person, and this person was sexually abused from her own family member.
Right.
So like it's a real like a real problem within families for that to happen. But like how do you stop it? What are signs, right? What how do you know when to allow your kid to go with this person that you trust, when not to? You know, it is one of those things where you try to do your best for your kids and your family members, but you don't necessarily know how.
Right. And like during this conversation, like I know originally that we said secondhand trauma, but now I think it's leading more to just regular trauma that we're dealing with. And I think that we should just get away from saying secondhand trauma at this point and just deal with the actual trauma that we're facing and that we're seeing going on nowadays. Secondhand trauma is important because it's like we said, it's not something that happened directly to you, but because it happened to somebody that you know, then you're impacted by it mentally or whatever it is. So I think that we just need to address trauma tonight and go away from the whole secondhand, like I said. So I get away from that, like I say, that saying that the secondhand trauma, and let's just address the actual trauma that actually happens so often in the Black community, and not even just in the Black community, but it happens in all communities. A lot of times you get, the I don't want to stereotype people, but we've also heard it growing up in school. You get the Hispanic uncle that was drinking and he got a hold of the niece or the daughter. You get the white dad that's just anything and everything, and then you get the Black family members that's just going out of it. And then we're blaming it on, oh, because it happened here, then it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's not okay. You touch my child, I'm telling you now, I am going to be your worst nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
And 9 times out of 10, my children mother are gonna get you too. And one of them strong. I don't think you want to try her. Don't know. She's strong. um. So I mean that. So Kayla said it's hard to detect because the victim is afraid to speak up. I am the one here that do have kids, but at the same time, like I know my kids and I know how I raise my kids. We don't do that. You can't sit in another man's lap. You're not going. You're not gonna be up under a cover with a male, or even if you want my boys, you're not gonna be up under the cover with another girl. We're not doing that. I'm telling you now, we shutting all that down.
Well, and another problem is the amount of um, the amount that you allow your kids to get exposed to the world. You know, watching regular TV. One of the things was, and I'm gonna be truly honest. You know, I lived in a house full of people. The people slept in the living room. It's true. I lived, y'all know where I live, but I lived there, and about let me see, about 1 o'clock. because I got to watch whatever I wanted to watch on TV.
Mm-hmm.
By 1 o'clock, I knew everybody was asleep. So I was going into the living room to watch Girls Gone Wild. Yes, sir.
Man, that man was paying for porn on cable. That's what he was doing.
My girl, Bill, she said, "What is this?" I had to admit it. I did that.
I mean, I did the same thing in life when and I think like we say it's just something that was passed down, and I can't say from generation to generation because that's one of the newer things. But at the same time, like I did get a hold of porn at a very early age, and when I got a hold of porn, it was just like, man, this is something new. This is something that I want. I can't say I want to be a part of, but it was something that I knew was more than I was ready for. So getting into being an adult, I wouldn't necessarily say that I was just a sex addict or anything else like that. But because I had already experienced those ways, like it wasn't the compassion and stuff when it came to sex. So I guess it would say, do I struggle?
But what was the age that you first either not? I'm not even asking for an experience, but what was the first time that you like saw something that like was like, oh, I mean, right? Mine was like I was what 10, 11. I was watching a TV show, somebody having sex on TV, and your mama like close your eyes, baby, but you watching, you like let me, ooh, what? And something happened. Something happened. And I was like, oh, I need to see that again.
That boy
I was
got an
saying,
erection in front of everybody.
what I'm saying is, what was the age that you was exposed to that? And what was it?
I think the age that I came was, oh shit, it was early. I got sisters. I got mostly sisters, and I got your daddy.
Mm-hmm.
So it was early. Like I think I shouldn't even say because my mom may smack me in the face for that one. Jonathan, about what age did you get? Like, we know blue.
It was early, man. It was early. I was like, you can. My mom is always you. I was managed, so I saw a lot of I shouldn't have seen at a young age. Like he said, watching stuff. I'm talking about I was out there, but
Out there.
yeah.
What up, T? T said that he was spoke. He was like, "What's up, y'all?"
What's up,
Kayla
son?
said this. Kayla said that it was at age 5. Kayla, jump in the stream real quick, please. Let me know. I do want to talk. Age 5, bro. Like, what the hell?
You know,
Age 5?
bro, it might be a little.
Oh, I know what it is. And that her trauma from this is my trauma, secondhand trauma. And the reason why my trauma is because I still deal with it today. And it literally, and it's my wife, so I'm gonna give myself permission to kind of speak about it. But nah, I'm okay. I mean, let me stop.
Don't do it.
No, but for real
You gotta
though,
go in the other room tonight. You better not.
for real though, like the trauma that she goes through because of what happened to her when she was 5, it still affects our relationship, and that is my secondhand trauma.
Right. I mean, I would definitely say the same thing. Um, the effects in the previous relationships and stuff like that. Uh, Previous relationships I've dealt with women that did definitely have that type of trauma when it came to sex. Like I said, I got a hold the point at a very early age, and I just knew all night. That was it. Cheeks are clapping. But I got with one female, and like that one female, like she had to explain to me that not that I'm raping her, but basically I'm raping her because it was no compassion. It wasn't what sex was actually about, but it was what I saw at that early age when it came to porn. Wasn't nobody there to say, "Oh, let's have the birds and the bees talk." Boy, by the time I was already 13, I'm already past the fucking stage.
No, for real, I agree. And again, like not having people to lead you to make sure that you don't make these mistakes, to make sure that somebody's always talking to you about. And again, we men, so we don't always talk to. I mean, nobody really talks to their parents about their sexual life. Nobody really any of that. So it's like where I guess my main focus and main question is where do you stop it? Because again, for some family member or whatever is going on in their life, it's something that has happened to them, right? It's
Right.
something that has happened to them, but it was stages. There were stages that happened. There was things that happened that led up to those mistakes.
Gotcha. See, we tried to be nice to Kayla and let her come in for a minute, but she got kicked back out. Her internet connection always the problem.
Hey, our internet is good.
Boy, hell no. You the reason for all
I
this.
paid $70. That much better be good.
uh, I mean, so it is. When you get into those long-term relationships and stuff like that, like you really do want to try to. You really do want to try to like. I would say be more sympathetic with your partner because, like we said, we have to break those generational curses because if not, it's gonna be the same thing over and over and over again. If your wife or whatever she is to your wife, longtime girlfriend, sugar mama, whatever, if they have those past traumas and they're not being broken when it comes to your kids, then what you gonna do?
It's a scary sight, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think homegirl gonna be able to be added in tonight. It is what it is. She'll be all right. Um, but I mean, another one also like another thing about like when you hear your parents talk about like the water bills and stuff like that. Like I'm afraid to like I guess you would say have my water turned off and my bills turned off. I mean, that was something that was impacted directly because we did go through that growing up, like bills and stuff not being paid. But at the end of the day, like you hear from your parents and it's worse at that point. Like I'm afraid for my kids don't know what it means to come in the house and the lights off. My kids don't know what it means to you go turn on the water. You may get a little brown water come out first.
Mm.
They don't. Oh, that's that West Dallas water. You talking about?
Water.
Hey.
Hey, yeah, you better quit playing Little Sad Dallas.
Yeah, that was on the news for that.
Oh, don't care. I ain't from here. Yeah, I stay here. That's it.
So where you? Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Bougie. I'm from Garland.
No, sir. Don't play with me like that.
Oh, but yeah, like I say, man, like my kids have never had experienced that, but knowing that I've been through some of that stuff, then how would that be?
Yeah.
Like I said, that's definitely one. I think the biggest one for us tonight was talking about that breaking that generational curse and ending the trauma that you deal with your family with. Let's just call it what it is. These damn pedophiles. Jay said the conversation about addressing trauma or what's seen has to be the first step. What would be the first step in breaking that trauma, y'all?
It depends on what
I mean,
is.
again, it's always recognized. That's the first step they tell you in AAA and everything. The first step is recognizing the trauma.
Gamblers Anonymous. Mr. Game Room.
Hey, hold on now, sir. I just want to know what league you going that got AAA in it. Just let me know.
Oh, I mean, like we say, it's just teaching your kids to be able to speak up. It's teaching your kids to say, should I text? It's teaching your kids to be able to recognize the signs that this person is a bad person. I mean, it's all of those things. I teach my kids, don't let them. We don't do the whole, this is the cookie and all of this. No, my kids know what it is. My kids are going to tell you that somebody touched me here. My kids are going to tell you something else happened. Yeah. We're not biting our tongues no more. It's recognizing what the problem is.
And
Hey,
acknowledge
you know, you got a daughter, so especially for you, a lot of the times it's just teaching your daughter, like you know, like I teach mine. You're not sitting in a man's lap. We're not doing the what is that called? We're not doing the sitting up under the same covers. We're not doing none of that. At the end of the day, a girl is going to stand a girl's place, and a boy is going to stand a boy's place. You know, a lot of times growing up, I am guilty of this, and I will admit it. Playing hide and go get it.
I played that. I was the best one.
He got excited about that.
Too happy.
Hello, you
So-
requested me.
We requested. We don't like you no more. Whatever. Yeah, but we did. But I don't know what happened when we tried to add you in. It starts staticking and stuff. So you got 5 tonight.
What question?
What
What was your question?
about the what was the question?
I don't know.
When she said she was 5, what you say
Yeah.
happened when you was 5?
I was 5
When
Okay.
what? Who?
Elaborate on that.
when I was exposed to pornography. I was 5 years old.
Infant, you had it hard. Like this is. Come on, infant, tell us.
Basically, my mom was my biological mom. This mama, can y'all see my hand? This mama,
Mm-hmm.
this mama. That makes sense. Okay. She was watching it, and I was like, I think I was like trying to sneak and go into the kitchen or something. And I saw it on the TV, so I just stayed behind the couch, just sat there and watched it. I mean, that was the situation.
I hate infant. Get you fired.
my
Get
role.
out. You are fired tonight. Quincy, what happened? Brother, that's PTSD right there for you, ain't it?
That's not. That's on the babysitter.
Oh, he's talking about my babysitter. Yeah, that was a thing. So basically, my mom and them had a family friend that would watch us. But yeah, he wasn't right. He wasn't right. So I was probably 5, and then it lasted for like 2 or 3 years. So that was the whole
3
thing.
years there?
Huh?
2 to 3 years?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to go shoot him?
Anybody? What you say?
Do you want me to go shoot him now?
I don't know. I don't know where he at now.
Well, and I can't eat at a specific place because he used to work there.
He didn't work there. He just smelled like it.
Wait, what?
Y'all know.
Hey,
Y'all
them
know,
out.
y'all know that sandwich place, Slotsky's.
Uh-huh.
It
That was
just
babysitting you at Slotchke's.
No. specific smell, and that's how he smelled to me. I don't know, and it just like it triggers me, and I can't do it. Anyways, y'all, Quincy telling my business on live. That's fine.
Bye, infant.
Bye, y'all.
I guess. Okay, that was interesting. We're gonna have to get her on that women's podcast, and she's gonna have to talk about that because smelling like sandwiches and 5 years old. That was deep. I wasn't ready for that. Like we kind of like just scratched the surface of our feelings, and like she went far. Like I wasn't ready.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Uh-huh.
But hey, no, it's definitely hard to help people who have trauma like that,
Right.
and who don't know how to deal with that trauma because nobody taught them to, or don't know how to, So I take on a lot of her trauma because it hasn't been released and nobody has really helped her with it.
Gotcha. I definitely do understand. I mean, I do have like one more example. Like I kind of want to talk this through and see if this is a trauma. I know that we kind of get into that hour wrap up time, but this is definitely one of the biggest things that we do see a lot of the times in our communities. Okay. Because we saw our mama act like that to our daddy, we treat the baby mama or the baby daddy like that just because of what we saw.
Okay.
And it builds up those toxic relationships between the baby daddy and the baby mama because your mama told you growing up that your daddy wasn't shit.
Yep.
So what type of trauma would that be? Because I can even sit here and tell you now today, when me and one of my kids' mother, like when we first started this trying to co-parent stuff, we struggled. Like we was horrible, and like it was just toxic, and it wasn't because of the relationship between her parents. I think it was more so just I didn't understand a real child to parent relationship because, as we know, Dorothy's deceased and she's been deceased since I was 11 months. So, not understanding that child to parent relationship, it kind of, I wouldn't necessarily say put a void between me and my child, but it put a void between me and my child's mother because of my lack of understanding.
No, I definitely agree. I think for me, mine was my mom told me like how bad of a father my dad was. You know, she would say he ain't even bought you a candy bar. You know, it is what it is. But for me, it was like I started to have issues with men because of what she was saying, and I didn't trust men. And so, like that was my trauma from everything that she had said about him.
I can agree with that because looking back on it, and it's like we talked about before, when it came to me and Keontae had a better relationship than versus me and you. And
Yeah.
versus now, me and you have a better relationship versus me and Keontae. And I can definitely see that your lack of trust in man did play a big role in that. It was different growing up in a house full of women. Like you said, I got sisters just like you got sisters, and I just so happen to be the baby, and you the second to oldest. So it's just something that definitely man, like it's some bullshit. I ain't even gonna lie.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Um, I wouldn't say necessarily I can relate to what y'all saying, but I think it was more for me the fact that my parents both tried to hide the fact that they didn't actually know what the hell they was doing. Um, my daddy was there for me, my mom was there for me, but at the same time, it was the cheating and the trying to hide it for me. It's when as I got older, that's when it started to hit me that everything wasn't what it really seemed to be. Um, because y'all can kick it and I can be right there with y'all, and I'm thinking, hey, this is the only woman he got. But at the same time, I know I got a stepmama, but I'm thinking, okay, they divorced. He not with her. He with my mama, but you going back and forth. That took a toll on me. And I never actually spoke about it until I got older. Um, but yeah, it was hard trying to figure that out as a kid. But now that I understand and I see, it didn't make him any less of a father, but it just made me look at him differently as a man.
Gotcha. Oh, honey, watching. Hey, honey, how you doing? Tell
I'm,
Senior to come
I'm,
get his sorry ass on the podcast and watch too. He ain't doing nothing else with his life. I called Senior. I called Senior earlier today. I know I'm going out topic, right? I called Senior earlier. I guess I woke that fool up because he was about to go to work. Tell him, man, what the fuck you want? I said, what do you mean what I want? I said, did you get my text? Fuck your text message. That's the trauma that I dealt with growing up in life. That is why I am the way that I am now. But
well, I
45.
want to before we close off. Before we close off, I wanted to say that I was investigating the sound issue that's going on between us three. And my investigation has been concluded that it is Jonathan Brown. Not me, but it
Actually,
is
sir,
Jonathan Brown.
no. I knew you was gonna say that because I watched you mute yourself every time. I mute myself right after you, and it was not me. It's still you, sir. It's still you. It's okay.
you know what? It may be my sorry ass internet. I had to custom internet people out, and it may be me. So I may have to take that blame. I ain't freeze tonight, but it may be my sorry ass internet. Listen, I thought moving to the country it was gonna be great. It was gonna be good. The house is amazing, but the internet company and fuck utilities, they suck.
Damn.
I'm so sick of these people. Boy, look, I keep telling you, I got 4 kids, right? We went with no Wi-Fi for 4 days.
Oh no.
Bro. I told my kids to go put a DVD in the Xbox, right?
Didn't know how to do it.
You know what these motherfuckers told me?
What?
They told me, do it run off of Wi-Fi? I was like, I say how? And you know what? It was JoJo ass. It had to be JoJo. Somebody they got Wi-Fi on there. That's how it gonna work. I'm like, fool, we ain't got no Wi-Fi. Oh yeah, I forgot. Like, are we really that old?
Man.
Oh, Jesse talking about not the DVD. Boy, look, I got DVDs and VHSs down here. You better quit playing with me. Look, boom, right there. I had to figure out, my dumb ass had to figure out where the camera was. See that Menace to Society?
Everybody be looking for a Blockbuster to go to or somewhere to go rent movies from. I just go to my parents' house. Whatever it is I want, I know they got it.
I go to Becky house. I know.
I say, boy, you must forgot. Did you forget about Becky?
But you
That
know,
was the bootleg queen.
Becky got short on her staff, so I stopped going over there.
Hey, boy, Becky had that. She had that tall thing. That was that tall movie thing. That was that tall plus.
Yep.
Boy, hey, wait. Jay said y'all are that old. Look, you just see the gray hair right now, bro. I ain't that old. Next week when we get ready for the dinner, don't worry, it ain't gonna be gray no more. I'm getting some Just for Man. I'm about to fade in all these bald spots, them grays in these bald spots up here, bro. Don't worry. But yeah, like them kids, they threw me off with that talking about Wi-Fi shit for a DVD. I was like, man. Wait, I did just get called old by both of y'all sorry wives. Hell yeah, I had to call them sorry for calling me old. It's your wife, Jonathan. Yours.
I ain't got nothing to do with me, sir.
Oh, hell, you married it.
House.
It was the benefits.
Talking about for the house, man.
But you got to kill her first to get the house, bro.
I ain't got to kill her. Somebody else got to.
You gonna hire somebody?
Hey, you
take a house, sell that house in South Dallas to a white person, you'll be good. Then go and get you a new house. Come on, move out here. There you go. You can retire.
Bro.
Mm-hmm. I do got one more thing for y'all, okay? Yeah. We know that Father's Day is the 19th. I'm a father. You know, I keep telling Quincy he got to hurry the hell up. Maybe I don't know what you're doing that hill. But Father's Day is coming up. You know, we do have, and she said that damn car part. What car part, fool? They all, what? I don't even care about them.
I started practicing safety last week, so it.
Oh, wait.
She talking about you?
Nah.
She was talking about Jonathan.
Man.
Hey, your wife gave you up in the comments, fool.
She said what?
She said, fuck you for real.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. No, not you. She was talking about Kayla. Anyway, like I say, Father's Day is coming up. And, you know, I do plan to purchase a shirt not only for myself, but I will purchase one for Uncle Cedric, too, because that is my dad. Of course, as always, you know, that's love. But we do have the Father's Day shirts up. They are on my page. They're on Blessing's page. They're on Cameron's page. I think Quincy has shirts. Oh, excuse me. That was disgusting. I think the foundation page. It's on my TikTok.
Man. We're going to have a conversation after this on how to pronounce that.
We're not. It's just like K. Roger and Tarjay. And 5 and below.
All right.
But anyway, I'm sorry. The page on there, it says Angie Thompson. So go look up Angie Thompson, okay? Little dude, we're going to be mad because I called her Blessing. Either way, majority of the foundation folks have these shirts available, okay? It's 3 shirts that we have available. I think they range from $25 to $35. But just go ahead and make sure you purchase that shirt. The funds will go to a good cause. Of course, you know, like we said, we are trying to go ahead and ramp up Dallas and get them to a point to where they can stand on their own behind the direction of course, my asshole nephew. Or even if you just want to make a general donation for Father's Day, it's the money sign DLW Foundation 2019, or it's also Zelle. The Zelle is the email is thedlwfoundation@gmail.com. So if you are looking to order one of those shirts, make sure you check out the foundation page, check out our pages. We'll make sure that we share it like we always do tonight, and then we'll go from there. I'm sorry. It look like we having technical difficulties. Of producer over here slacking. Damn. All right. So, producer, switch it to where you can see me big, and you make them minimum. How you put fat ass up there? All right. So like we said, like we talked to y'all about last week, we're gonna do the Black Business Spotlight. Unfortunately, this business here is one of my lucky owns, but my wife's business. Okay, Baddie's Beauty Bar. We are a Black owned and operated nail salon. She'll look ghetto, but she get the work done for you. So she's actually do nails out of our house. One of these days when I actually figure out TikTok, I figure out how to actually show y'all the areas that we created and stuff like that. Just for her to be able to work. But Baddie's Beauty Bar, she do work out of the house, and she also do work in a salon a few days a week. So for more information, she is on Instagram at Baddie's Beauty Bar 2021. Phone number is 281-771-9682. She don't just do she don't just do grown women, she also do kids. And rates are they're pretty decent, okay? Wait, bro, I think we need to address this comment because this y'all wives, fool.
I've muted them. Y'all need to mute them.
So Jesse said, Jesse said, can she get a shirt for her daddy? But he did.
No.
She said he did. Who the hell? Kayla said we're gonna put on this basket.
I hope that house is worth it.
Hey, the house better be worth it, or it better be something else good. Listen, Quincy, your wife told her that she gonna put the shirt on her on her daddy casket, fool. Then we talked about training when I was at El Phoenix, right?
It's lost, man.
It's a lost cause. They distracted us from this. They fired. Anyway, Baddie's Beauty Bar. Check them out on Instagram, whatever. We'll share some shit. Like I said, that's another one of our little raggedy Black-owned businesses, okay? That does wrap it up. Always we like to leave y'all with our logo, Therapy for My Soul. I'm Lamonte Williams.
I'm Quincy Williams.
I'm Jonathan Brown.
And thank y'all for y'all time. Catch us next week.